Robert Fulton, by Scientific American, edited by Rufus Porter, for the LibriVox Coffee Break Collection 11, Science. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Larry Wilson. Robert Fulton, by Scientific American, edited by Rufus Porter, from Scientific American, Volume 2, Number 1, September 26, 1846, for the LibriVox Coffee Break Collection 11, Science. Robert Fulton, a celebrated engineer whose name is connected with steamboat navigation, was born in the town of Little Britain, in the state of Pennsylvania, in 1765. His genius disclosed itself at an early period. He was attracted to the shops of mechanics, and at the age of 7 he painted landscapes and portraits in Philadelphia. Thus he was enabled in part to purchase a small farm for his widowed mother. At the age of 21 he, by the advice of his friends, repaired to London, to place himself under guidance of Mr. West, the painter, and by him was kindly received, and admitted as an inmate of the house for several years. Prosecuting his business as painter, he spent 2 years in Devonshire, where he became acquainted with the Duke of Bridgewater and with Lord Stanhope, well known for his attachment to the mechanic arts. In 1793 he engaged in the project of improving inland navigation, and in 1796 obtained patents for double inclined plane, and for machines for spinning flax and making ropes. The subject of canals now chiefly occupied his attention, and at this period, in 1796, his work on canals was published. In his profession of civil engineer he was greatly benefited by his skill in drawing and painting. He went to Paris in 1797, and being received into the family of Joel Barlow, he there spent 7 years, studying chemistry, physics, and mathematics, and acquiring a knowledge of the French, Italian, and German languages. In December 1797 he made his first experiment on submarine explosion in the Seine, but without success. His plan for a submarine boat was afterwards perfected. In 1801, while he was residing with his friend Mr. Barlow, he met in Paris Chancellor Livingston, the American minister, who explained to him the importance in America of navigating boats by steam. Mr. Fulton had already conceived the project as early as 1793, as appears by his letter to Lord Stanhope. He now engaged anew in the affair, and, at the common expense of himself and Mr. Livingston, built the boat on the Seine in 1803, and successfully navigated the river. The principles of the steam engine he did not invent. He claimed only the application of that machine to water wheel for propelling vessels. In 1806 he returned to America. He and Mr. Livingston built, in 1807, the first boat, the Clermont, 130 feet in length, which navigated the Hudson at the rate of 5 miles an hour. Nothing could exceed the surprise and admiration of all who witnessed the experiment. The minds of the most incredulous were changed in a few minutes. Before the boat had made the progress of a quarter of a mile, the greatest unbeliever must have been converted. The man who, while he looked on the expensive machine, thanked his stars that he had more wisdom than to waste his money on such idle schemes, changed the expression of his features as the boat moved from the wharf and gained her speed, and this complacent expression gradually softened into one of wonder. The jeers of the ignorant, who had neither sense nor feeling to suppress their contemptuous ridicule and rude jokes, were silenced for a moment by a vulgar astonishment, which deprived them of the power of utterance, till the triumph of genius extorted from the incredulous multitude which crowded the shores shouts and acclamations of congratulation and applause. In February, 1809, he took out his first patent. In 1811 and 1812 he built 2 steam ferry boats for crossing the Hudson. He contrived also a very ingenious floating dock for the reception of those boats. In 1813 he obtained a patent for a submarine battery. Conceiving the plan of a steam man of war, the government in March, 1814, appropriated $320,000 for constructing it, and appointed him the engineer. In about 4 months she was launched with the name of Fulton I. But before this frigate was finished, Fulton had paid the debt of nature. End of Robert Fulton, by Scientific American, edited by Rufus Porter. For the LibriVox Coffee Break Collection 11, Science.